So this is the 2025 Volvo XC90 Plug-in Hybrid. Is it worth the watt? Let's find out. Under the hood, this vehicle is equipped with a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine featuring e-boost technology, and all-wheel drive is included as standard. It delivers a combined total of 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque, allowing acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 5.3 seconds. This model is available in a variety of striking colors, including this gorgeous denim blue option. It features 21-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels, new LED lighting, and an upgraded front grille.
Whoa, easy there, buddy. Okay, this is a soccer mom car, not like a race car.
That did not feel like a hybrid.
That felt like a fast SUV considering how big this thing is.
It felt like an electric car.
Right. Well, I wouldn't call it an electric car, but it did feel fast.
It did. It didn't give you that feeling of driving a gas car, which is amazing.
I think that's kind of the benefit of having the hybrid, right? Because you get like that quick acceleration from the electric motor, but then you also have that gas power to kind of back you up, right?
And the great thing is you get about 53 kilometers on a full charge, and that is sufficient for me for city driving on a daily basis. I would say I sometimes don't even do 53 kilometers in a week, but that's not everybody, right? A lot of people have big commutes every day, and of course you're going to end up using your gas, right? You're not just going to be able to use your battery, but for people that live in the city, this is really sufficient. Like, I've been seeing this car so often recently on the road. I feel like almost everybody has this car, but now after driving this car for a week, I understand why.
Right.
I completely understand why.
It's just like a very homey, comfy, family-focused, safety features galore car, or SUV rather, for families. And like, again, I wouldn't buy the hybrid version if I was doing a lot of highway driving, because that kind of defeats the purpose. But like, since this car is really popular here in Toronto in the city, it makes sense, right? Because like you can put it on B+ mode, which is regenerative braking, just like you would get with a normal electric car. Like, it's identical. And then, you know, when you have the highway driving, it would just be like using the gas motor the entire time. But at least you can regenerate the battery while you're coming down to a stop. What do you like about this car the most?
I don't think I've been in a car this quiet.
Very quiet.
You don't hear the outside noise. It's just a really, really quiet car. Like, the other day, my kids were sitting in the car while I was standing outside for a minute, and they decided to, one of them jumped into the front seat to blast the music. And from the outside, I could barely hear it.
Right,
With
so
all
it's
the
very
windows
well
closed.
insulated.
Yeah, very well insulated. It's smooth. The seats are so comfortable. I feel like I can go on a long road trip with this and never feel uncomfortable. They're big, they're wide.
And so many seat options to like maneuver them around. Like, you got lumbar support, you have
4-way lumbar support, you have the massage seats, you have this extender here. So if you're really tall, if you're really tall and you need to extend this out, you can.
It has supports for your sides as well. I noticed that.
Yeah, it does. And it has the ventilated seats, which is great. It has the heated seats in the winter. You just have so many great features about this car. The paneling is beautiful. It doesn't look cheap.
No wireless charging though.
No wireless charging. Yeah, which is weird, especially
and
for a car.
No wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, which is also weird for a car this price point.
Right, you're looking at over $100,000 for this particular car because this model has some upgrades.
So what upgrades come with this car?
So one of the big upgrades on this car are the speakers. Bowers and Wilkins is an upgrade. They usually come with Harman Kardon speakers, and so this has 19 speakers.
Holy smokes.
But the additional cost for this is 3,750 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
So that's a lot.
I mean, if it's loud enough to drown out the kids, then it's worth every single penny.
Yeah, but I feel like the Harman Kardon sound system can do the same.
That's true.
So that's a big upgrade. The active air suspension is another upgrade. This does not come with that. You have to pay for the upgrade, which is just over $2,300 Canadian.
Now, the screen is one of the things we've always not liked about Volvo cars, but thankfully there's a version of this XC90, especially the electric one, where the main front screen is a lot bigger. It just looks more futuristic. It's updated. This still looks outdated. I mean, it's fine. You have everything you need.
It's a tiny little 9-inch screen, and I feel like they could have done a lot more with it.
But they are, because there's a version now with it, right?
Yeah, yes, but it's taken long enough.
It's taken long enough.
You know, like there are so many other cars that have beautiful big screens. Some have like the full dash as a screen, right? And this one has a little 9-inch screen, so I'm not really impressed with it.
Yeah.
But it's quick.
Fine.
It's responsive. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's running Android Automotive, so
Yeah.
you can access all your Google Play apps, and if you don't want to use Android Automotive, you can obviously use CarPlay or Android Auto, but again, it's not wireless, which it should be for this price point.
For sure.
I do like the fact that there's an air filtering feature, so you can like filter the air in the car, which is kind of cool, especially if like you're going through a very dirty city. There's other little features too, like being able to change back and forth between like hybrid mode or constant all-wheel drive. We just leave it in hybrid all the time because we want to obviously use as little gas as possible. I do like the little button here to open up the glove compartment. It's nice and flush with the entire dashboard. The materials feel super premium. Like this is plush. Like when you push on it, it feels nice and plush. And then also there's sunglass holder right above the driver. Which I just
discovered yesterday.
Yeah.
I was looking for here, above here, which is normally where it would be.
Yeah.
But it's over here instead.
Which is great.
So the passenger doesn't have one.
No.
Which is usually the case anyways. And then there's another one down here.
Which is for change, maybe.
For change. You can put your glasses in there as well if you really wanted to. Yep. It's a really big section for storage, which is great. Yeah. And then you can put the paneling down here if you don't have to
look at
use the cup holders. Or if you just want to hide something in there, you don't want anybody to look in and see.
You have USB Type-C ports at the back over here, so if you want to connect your phone. Obviously there's another one if you want to charge it at the same time. Nothing in the front for Type-C, it's just for like change and stuff. I do like this crystal gear shift. It does look nice.
If you are using the third row, which a lot of people don't always have the need to use the third row, but if you are using the third row, you still do have 11 cubic feet of storage behind the third row, which is pretty decent. And then you get 35 cubic feet of storage behind the second row.
Yeah, there's a lot of space.
You have a ton of space.
Like, if you're 6'5", blue eyes, trust fund, you can easily fit your feet back there, no problem.
So another thing to note about this car is the amount of space and the comfort level of the back seat. It is so spacious. I can practically strain my legs in the back. I have tons of headspace above me, lots of storage in the door, and here as well. You have 2 cup holders right here, and they're covered. You always talk about how most cup holders are never covered, Matt. So you have that here, which is really nice. It's a nice little touch. You have a little bit of a hump here, not too significant, but of course this is a hybrid, so this is necessary. You have heated seats back here, you have vents here, and on both sides of the door as well. So you'll never feel really hot back here. You have your Bowers & Wilkins speakers on the doors as well, which is an upgrade from the Harman Kardon sound system. Windows go down pretty quickly, I would say. Nothing
I don't know,
exciting.
dude, that looks pretty slow to me.
Nothing exciting to talk about. Yeah, it's okay, fine. It's not the quickest, but it still is efficient enough. You have this visor for children who sit in the back and, complain about the sun in their eyes. That's very convenient as well. And since we're on the topic of children and visors, this is really cool because if you forget your car seat and you need a booster, this turns into a booster seat, which is pretty amazing. Built-in booster seat in your car, so you never have to worry about forgetting.
Now here's the thing about this car. I see it everywhere in my neighborhood. It's the luxurious version of the minivan for families, but it's an SUV. It's big, it has 3 rows, it's spacious, it is absolutely quiet. Like you don't hear anything when you're driving in this car. Air suspension makes the ride even more comfortable. It has a lot of room for the kids in the back. Overall, it stands the test of time because they haven't really changed the design a lot, and probably for a very good reason. Would I shortlist this car? Absolutely. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe.